My name is Edward Strimlan. I am presently an assistant professor here at Quinn Park University. I lived in the Pittsburgh area my entire life. I grew up in South Park. I then went to the University of Pittsburgh for my bachelor's degree in chemistry. I then went to Montserrat. It's an island in the Caribbean to start my medical training. I did 2 years in Montserrat, and I did 2 years in Chicago, where I finished my clinical training to get my MD. I was in the process of getting my national boards when I went down to the Allegheny County Coroner's Office. 22 years later, I semi-retired from there as the Chief Forensic Investigator for Allegheny County, and I started teaching here full-time. They wanted somebody to teach forensics. And they came and asked me, and I said, well, I'll try. I didn't know what it was like. They gave me a book, and we developed what was called the criminalistics class. All of our classes are built on the lab aspect of it. So each of the classes that I teach that are in forensics have either from 12 to 16 students. I liked hands-on experience. I like interaction. I like to not directly teach word for word out of certain things, so I took that into my own little teaching style. We have some really fantastic biology and chemistry courses here at the university. We utilize them to teach the students the basics in DNA, basics in chemistry, and so forth. Then what we also do was teach them an idea of evidence transfer. Even the most sophisticated equipment is useless unless you can find the evidence. So the crime scene house allows them to learn what it's like to look for evidence. They can physically see, is that there, or should there be something there? I kind of have a subject that I'm very familiar with. I lived the life of it for 20 years. I have literally thousands of pictures. I've been at over 2,000 death scenes. I mean, how can you beat somebody who's been in the field, like some of the FBI agents and DAs that that are now teaching here, that just know what the daily activities were that these kids, they would never get out of a book somewhere else. I set up the scenes, and I literally teach them piece by piece. First, how do you photograph a scene? It's not like going in and making a selfie of things. It's literally a textbook way to do the four corners, so you do it at the same time every way. They physically feel what it's like to move into a corner, to feel what it's like to go over a body to take a picture. After that, then I train them to draw the scene, to diagram, to measure the scene. After that, then they're allowed to process the scene, to look for evidence, move things, pick up things, look for stuff I put in there. Some of the stuff matters, some of the stuff doesn't.
So on a little more of a personal level, you have an awesome job, very intelligent man. So what do you do that people wouldn't know about you? What do you do when you go home?
My oldest son just moved out. I get a place of his own with his girlfriend. My youngest son just this last week graduated from the Marines. So it's a whole new world for me. I'm home alone now. I've started my own, every year I want to visit the world. I went to Vegas. I hadn't been there for a long time a year before. This year I went out to the Mediterranean to see the world. That's my new fun. I actually want to explore a little bit more.